Well, welcome back to Bad Back Garage. If you've seen the last episode, you'll know that what I'm working on is the GU Patrol that I'll be modifying into a bit of a weekend toy on a hopefully tight budget. I've just put it up on the hoist. Well, I might as well get stuck into this anyway. Just put it up on the hoist, and yeah, it's not that good, but there's some cool stuff about it. So I'll just flip you around and
Bad Back Garage.
so yeah, as we go under here, it's only got a 2-inch lift with some spacers up there. It's got adjustable arms and adjustable panhard and drag link. Just a standard tie rod. You see, it's got V-band exhaust, 3-inch with a cut, muffler there. But something that I noticed that was pretty cool. It's got 2 sub tanks in it, which I thought was pretty cool. Gives me ideas with my Tourer build now that I might have to look at something like that. What they've done is gone a twin, if I can get that up there, twin 2-inch pipes to get it past the fuel tank and then back into a 3-inch. So, but yeah, it's a bit of rust under here. That's probably the worst of it up there on that mount there. And another thing I noticed too was, I can show you, those fuel lines are all rusted out, so I'll replace them. But it looks like it might just be surface rust on most of it. Should clean up. As I said, for a bash, I don't really care. But yeah, rear shock's leaking. They'll go in the bin. Yeah, so I might as well start removing this body off. I usually start with just doing all the body mounts. Oh, one thing I did notice too is, get you out the glare. Yeah, that always fixes rust. Just shove a heap of spray foam up there in a plastic container to stop it coming out. If it works, I suppose. But yeah, as I said, I'll usually just start with taking body mounts undone on these things. And then under here is the wiring harness here that goes up into the cab. I'll just undo that. Handbrake cable, undo that there. Then in the cab, you just take there's a plate that goes around the shifter. You just unbolt that and take that off. I found a stick nicely wedged up in there too. Other things I take off is just take the radiator out. A bit of too much glare. Yeah, just get the radiator out. Hoses. I'll just lose that. I know engine stays, so it can all stay. I might just have to remove the alternator maybe. Can't see what I'm looking at, but I might have to remove the alternator just to lift the body up, but it might go past it. Power steering cooler, where is that? That's up there. You've got to take that off, or just separate it from the lines. You can leave it on there. And steering coupler up in there, undo that. And what else? And just the wiring for the engine, I suppose, and a couple of heater hoses and AC hoses if it has it. So I'll put yours down and I'll throw in a time lapse and I'll get stuck into that then. Who would have thought that car this rusty that the bolts would not come out? That one's broken the bolt on the nut on the inside of the chassis. That one's stuck. That one's snapped off. That one's stuck. Haven't tried that one, but I reckon that's either going to snap or be stuck. I think that one broke off on the inside. Stuck. Broke off on the inside. And I'm sure that one and that one are going to be stuck. So I'm telling by all the rust on the floor, this ain't going to be fun. So might just put you down for a bit while I dick around here and cry, and hopefully not cut the chassis up trying to get these out. So let's put you down for a bit and get into it. Well, hats on backwards, 3/4 inch drive, things are getting serious. Another broken one. I don't think I got any of that, but I just cut them off the grinder. That seems to work. All the other bolts snapped off, if you've seen all that. Yes, I just go up now and get the handbrake, and there's two bolts under the back of the cab that I always forget. Try and get those off. Yeah, handbrake. Oh, I've got to do brake lines too. You've got to get the brake lines off at the front. And then under here, there's a heap of vacuum hoses. I usually just cut them. No need for that crap. Fuel lines, obviously, and don't have to worry anything at the back for fuel lines because that just stays on the chassis. And you undo the mud flaps so they're not joined to the cab and the bumper at the rear. But you can leave the rear bumpers on. It allows you to lift the cab without them. And yeah, I'm just going to go underneath and finish the underneath stuff now. Just for handbrake, you only need a quick 12mm just to get one bolt under there undone. Put the nut back because I'll need, and cross thread the nut back on because you'll need that later. At least if you cross thread it, it won't come off again. Let's release the cable if I can get into there. I just undid the wrong one, so don't do what I do and figure it out for yourself because I didn't need that undone. You can stay undone now though. Fix it later. I actually need to get that one up there done, not the one in there. So yeah, I'm pretty good at this. I do it all the time and still always making mistakes. One thing I noticed, that's where generally the transfer pump goes for your sub tank, but just the fuel filter in there, so it'll be interesting to see if they put intake pumps in all of them or what the go is. That's the handbrake cable undone there. Sorry, I didn't get a good feel of all that, but as you can see, they've got a fuel filter in there instead of a fuel pump. So I'll be interested to see how they've done that. What's next? I'll quickly pull those mud flaps off at the back. I should always start at the back and work my way forward, but I always forget. Come round here, it's like, why unbolt it when the rust will just fall off? That bolt there and one up in there, that U-shaped bracket, I always forget to undo that, and generally lift the cab and start taking the chassis with it. So I'll just get those ones undone. So if you're ever doing a body lift, just make sure you always get that undone, because it's an easy one to forget. Oh, a bit of tie wire, hold the exhaust on. That'll work. All right, next thing, moving forward, I think I'll just start getting, I might get these rocks. Oh no, they can stay on. Rocks can. No, I've got to take the rock sliders off because I've got to lift the cab, so I'll get them off, but I'll do them off camera. I think it's just those. Oh, you can't see from down here. Some vacuum lines. I'll get those rock sliders off, and then I'll just start doing the stuff in the engine bay. All right, the rock sliders are all unbolted. They're just sitting there on top of the hoist at the moment, so I'll leave them there. Next I've got to get in is just get that plate off and get the brake lines undone, and then get that steering coupler undone. So we'll get that done next, and we'll go. We'll move around the other side. Usually I'd drain the brake fluid out of it before I do this, but I don't think there's any in there because the brakes don't work at all. There's no pedal, there's nothing. I didn't see any fluid in there, so I'm pretty sure I'm right there. That should be enough. From memory, it's just the two on top. I generally don't take any chance with the brake lines. Straight to the multi-grips. Just make sure you get them nice and tight on there. Just to crack them more than anything. If you do it properly, you don't strip them anyway, so. If you do that, you don't have strip brake lines, you don't have to worry about that later on, and it's just something I've done putting all these cars apart. I'd rather have a couple of tiny little marks than completely rounded and stripped off. Just being lazy, should take that guard all the way off. Then spend the next, I don't know, 10 minutes painstakingly trying to get these undone. If you're lucky like me and you part these things out, you give up. There you go. That's the easy way to do it. As I said, I got plenty of spare parts, so don't care. I'm not wasting all day doing that. Now I've got to get onto that bolt in there. Let's come round to the passenger side. This is where I get lazy and cut. Yep, cut. Now don't worry about these. These are just all breather hoses for the like the rear diff, front diff, and transfer case and gearbox. So generally they're pretty stuffed anyway, and half the time I've seen them full of bloody mud and dirt and crap. Now this is a manual, so I've just got to get that clutch line off in there done. So I'll just do that next. See if I get lucky. It might be easier. Yeah, I might do that from the engine bay. Might be a bit easier. So the AC lines. Oops. Just get it. Whatever lines they are, just got to get that clamp off there. Actually, yeah, it's AC. So I'll get that clamp off. Then I'll just start on the engine bay, and that should be it. I think should be able to just pop it up. Now when I do these engine bays, break everything, I just start from the passenger side and work my way around. It's just the easiest way to do it. Disconnect the battery first would have been smart before I started this whole job, but anyway. But yeah, I just find it's easy. Start this side and start undoing everything that's on the cab, so all your AC lines have got to come out, all the wiring. I'll get that clutch line, got pollution, airbox. I'm going to leave the lights in because they're shit. Get the radiator out, power the AC line should out, stay on the compressor. Power steering will disconnect, and then I'll just work my way around. So another time lapse, I'll get back to you when it's finished. It's got to disappear back into the cab to pull the other half of the harness out. Plugs just inside the foot kick panel on inside the wall there. You can't really see anything, so I'm not going to show you that. So get that done, then I can pull this out. Gotta love it too. They silicon the absolute Jesus out of this, so this could be fun trying to get it off, or easy, depending on how crappy the silicon job is. just unclipping all the wiring harness, so just all these little clips on the front, just going to push them out from this side. Might be able to reuse them on the GQ body, if not, cable ties, that'll do. One thing's amazing that these cars don't burn down when people add accessories to them. There's power wires running straight through steel with not even tape or anything, and they're all cut. And then you got all this crap. Like it's not hard to tidy it up, but I suppose at least I gave it a go. I probably used to do shit like that all the time too. It's just frustrating because yeah, it's surprising they don't burn down. Oh. It's going to take a while trying to sort this bloody wiring out, so bear with me while I'm doing it. Hopefully, just trying to clean up some of the crap that I don't need because there's a lot of it. And then I don't really want to be pulling it back through the firewall. Well, actually with the GU you don't have to pull it through a firewall, it pulls back this way, but there are a lot of wires going back through the firewall. I'd rather just get rid of it now than have to deal with it later. Well, it looks like I don't have to pull the alternator off anyway. The body will miss that. It's one less thing to pull off, I suppose. That's a bit annoying too. This is a techie for an earth when there's plenty of bolt holes that are perfectly good just to put a little bit bigger head on it, and you can just use normal bolt, get a bit of ground. But what do I know? Well, at least I know what that's for now. That relay worked out for the O2 sensors, so I thought I'd better take a quick photo of what I was chopping off there before. Just trying to tidy all this crap up, I think. Not sure what they've done here, but I'm pretty sure I'm just about to break it, because they just silicon the bloody connector in. I think I might go get a proper connector. I actually think I might even have a Ford alternator out of a 6-cylinder that might be the same as this, so hopefully I can use that instead of this rusted old heap of crap. Seeing that the bolts just snap in it. I've got a lot of work ahead of me fixing this harness up. It's a mess. I can now see why it run really, really rough all the time. Every clip on every plug is pretty much broken, so well, I know I was supposed to pull the chassis off, but I got carried away pulling all the wiring out that I didn't need to, but well, it needs to come out anyway. But I think I'll just get this power steering hose cut off, because I don't care about that either. And then see what I can break when I start lifting it up. Generally so do that hose, the clutch.
One eternity later.
I'm just going to put I just went under the car and removed the clutch slave instead of trying to do the hose, because it's too hard to get to, and we figured Nissan clutches are really hard to bleed anyway, so I might as well just leave it all in the body and remove the master and everything all off as one piece of the line, and I can put it on the other body like that. Just going to put some wheels back on it, and then see what happens when we start lifting this cab up. Well, let's see what I've forgotten, I guess. Not looking good. The bolts that I thought I'd snapped didn't snap. I think they've just stripped in the body. Just I'd show you, but my camera's flat and it's on charge. Got shit popping and breaking everywhere. Also, I forgot 2 bolts on the filler neck. Whoops. Maybe not, I think it's just rusted together. Still forgot about the harness under the car. Hopefully that's it. Doubt it. Steering shaft didn't come out. I have forgotten to take that column out in the past, and all it does is pull out. So, just like we should probably do most time, boys. Transmission harness is stuck. I thought it was undone already. Well, might have to do some welding there, eh? And that one's okay. Not so good there. Not so good there. Not so good there. I guess that one's still there. Yeah. Oh yeah, the bolt's up there. That one just pulled straight out of the cab. Yeah, I might have to fix that one. That one didn't even have anything there. And that one might be okay. Apart from that, chassis doesn't look, no. Good thing I parked these out. Oh well, we'll see how that goes anyway. This flash fuel system they've got here, and I think half the wires were still hooked to the car. I just didn't worry about it. But yeah, you can see the exhaust. And they've done that. Well, it looks like it does hit tail shaft. Well, there's your Ford V8, all in all its glory. Makes probably 50 horsepower, but still 50 more than a TD, so I shouldn't complain too much. We'll see how it goes anyway. But I think that'll be it for this episode, guys. Yeah, we'll get stuck into it tomorrow, and I'll take this cab outside. Hopefully it's not raining tomorrow. Even if it is, doesn't matter. As you can see, it's still, my yard's a bit flooded at the moment, so I'll get this outside, get it a pressure wash, and start removing everything that I don't need on this chassis. And then just pull, all I need out of the cab is the harness now, and pretty much that cab will go to scrap. There's not a lot good in it. I'll keep the dash, and well, the brakes didn't work, so I don't need that. Just need the clutch master and lines out of it. But yeah, I think I'll just scrap the rest of it and get my 20 bucks and buy a can of paint to, you know, paint over the rust. If that's how we fix it, isn't it? Just paint over it. So yeah, I'll leave it there, and I'll see you on the next one.
Do 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 do. Bad back garage.